Hello, it's Diane. Today I'm going to talk about a book that I read on Overdrive. So you can reserve it on Overdrive for free and get it when it's ready. It's called Grief Works by Julia Samuel. I don't know that you'd be able to get this book from the branch, and at the moment, because we're doing choose and collect, it means that anything that you want to pick up at a set time and day is actually stuff that is only available in the Dawlish branch if you collect from Dawlish. So it's called Grief Works by Julia Samuel. It's basically a book which covers grief. It's the clues in the title. It's stories of case studies of people that she's counselled over the years, and it deals with a section on the death of a parent, death of a child, death of a loved one, husband, a partner, and they're sort of case studies which talk in general about the people who come with a problem and how she helped them. And then after that there's another section which is called Reflections, and in that she talks more about more broadly about the way that she thinks can help people to get over their grief, and also gives statistics about the way that death and grief are treated by society. As a whole, society in the UK prefer to brush grief under the carpet. People feel uncomfortable talking about it, and so people who don't express their grief, they're thought of as brave or amazing, carrying on and such like. And people who are going through the process, they sometimes feel that they have to put a face on, but they can't actually carry on the way they used to in the face of so much pain. This is really an interesting book to read if you know someone who has lost a relative or a loved one in some way, or even to help yourself go through the process. You may recognise from the case studies things that you think you're just being angry, or you don't really relate it to your grief, because there is one here where a young lad who's actually chaotic, his life is out of control, and he actually comes in because he's in a really bad relationship with someone who isn't treating him very well, and it actually relates to when he lost his mother at a very young age and how abandoned he felt by, the fact that his father remarried, there's new children involved, he's just a young lad, and he didn't really process the grief that he felt about losing his mum. So this is I would recommend this book if you know someone who's lost somebody, or if you're just interested in the subject of surviving when you go through something that hits you so badly. It talks about how friends and families can help, understanding the processes, not thinking that you can go through it in any set time, because I know people have said things like, it takes a month to recover from however many years the person or whatever. So you feel like almost like, well, you're on a time, we're counting down the time. So from that point of view, this book is really interesting to read and useful, I would think, if you are going through this. She talks about the new normal, which is the sort of thing that nowadays we're talking about because of so many people who've been hit in some way by COVID-19. So I would highly recommend this book. As I say, you can borrow it on Overdrive. You need your library card and PIN number to set up an account. If you're not a member of the library and you're interested in borrowing from Overdrive, you can set up an account, an unreg number, and then you can immediately start to borrow and reserve for free. So give it a go if it's something that you think would help. I think these self-help books are quite useful in a way, because even if there's only a line or a paragraph that actually speaks to what you're going through, it gives you something to focus on, something to think about, and the advice in the book itself, in her broader reflections section, it's quite good as a way of self-help.